I was also instructed to write a letter to my younger self. It's been difficult to write to you this week. It's been difficult because I'm afraid. I'm afraid I'm not the person that you want me to be. It's been difficult because I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed that I don't meet your expectations. It's been difficult because I'm pained. I'm pained by the weight of my failures. It's been so difficult that I cried. But my friend, I did not cry for me. I cried for you. Because I remember you. Because while it was difficult to write, it was easy to remember. It was easy to remember your fears. It was easy to remember your shame. It was easy to remember your pain. It was easy to remember your tears. I admire you, because as stubborn as you are one tough cookie. Thank you for being tough. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for you. I don't know if I have anything to say that will both entertain and edify you. I don't know where the path to happiness lies, but I can help us search for it. To help in the search, I would like to share 2 ideas that we could use. The first idea is satisficing. To explain satisficing, I'm going to borrow a quote from an article in the 83rd volume of the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology. It's titled, Maximizing versus Satisficing. You're in luck. Anytime that you can read this, this has actually already been published. The article says, the presumed goal of maximization or optimization is virtually always unrealizable in real life, owing to both the complexity of the human environment and the limitations of human information processing. In choice situations, people actually have the goal of satisficing rather than maximizing. To satisfy, people need only to be able to place goods on some scale in terms of degree of satisfaction that they will afford and have a threshold of acceptability. A satisficer simply encounters and evaluates goods until one is encountered that exceeds the acceptability threshold. That good is chosen. End quote. If we satisfice, we focus on making things good, but we don't focus on making things perfect. I think we need more satisficing and less optimizing in our personal search for happiness. The second idea is the idea of the exploration versus exploitation trade-off. And we are happy to break the fourth wall here, so I'm going to break the fourth wall and say exploitation is a weird word. I think it would make most sense as enjoyment, so exploration versus enjoyment trade-off. I learned about this trade-off from a math lesson on bandit problems. The textbook for the lesson says, these are problems that can be modeled as a row of slot machines, commonly called one-armed bandits, for a good reason with all the slot machines we have out there. Each machine has its initially unknown payout distribution, its likelihood of giving you a reward. Which machine in the row of machines should the gambler play? And in what order to maximize her total expected reward? To do this optimally, she must balance between exploration and exploitation. In other words, the gambler must learn while also trying to maximize her return. End quote. My professor was prescient enough to mix up the pronouns, not me. Bandit problems are problems of choice. Do I pull the lever on the slot machine that I've played a lot and seems to pay out well? Or do I go to the slot machine I've never tried and give it a shot? Pulling the arm of the machine you know is exploitation, or enjoyment, as we've rephrased it. Pulling the arm of the machine you don't know is exploration. We, you and I, Logan, focus so much on optimizing and maximizing based on what we already know that we forget to sacrifice guaranteed rewards to learn what could be gained from the things we don't know. Logan, we spend so much of our life trying to optimize metrics like GPA and SAT scores and scores on AP tests and key performance indicators and credit scores and salaries and how much time you take on your letter in front of the congregation and whether or not people will like it and clap a lot. We pull the lever of the machine we're comfortable with, and people tell us to pull. We spend very little time exploring unknown things to determine whether there's any undiscovered value there. What slot machines have we never touched? I can think of one, if you can take it. You and I, we made the choice to take AP Chemistry instead of woodshop our junior year. We had already taken regular chemistry. You did well at regular chemistry. You learned a lot in regular chemistry. You knew chemistry. You took AP Chemistry because you wanted the GPA boost. You were maximizing the metric that you knew. We didn't consider woodshop because we believed that blue-collar work was dead and that white-collar work was our only path to financial stability. At the time, housing prices had just crashed, and people worried there weren't enough construction jobs for all the construction workers out there. Well, guess what? 10 to 12 years later, people are worried for the reverse reason. There's not enough construction workers for all the construction jobs out there. Nobody has a crystal ball about the best career path, so perhaps stop being so sensitive about what counselors and parents and Google say are dead ends. If you think there's a reasonable chance that people will pay you to do it, and if you think you'll be satisfied doing it, then give it a shot. Making mistakes is not a tragedy, especially at a young age. If you learn from them, they're actually triumphs. Exploration, not exploitation, gives you knowledge, and knowledge is valuable, even when it's not immediately rewarding. And I'm talking to a crowd, not you, but I cannot respect myself without just saying, hey, I understand that AP Chemistry choice, and I don't even know if it was wrong. Again, this is about satisficing, not optimizing. I don't know whether that was an optimal choice, and you don't know, but it satisficed. You did well. I think our time is coming to a close. I have suggested satisficing instead of optimizing. I have suggested doing more exploration instead of exploitation in your satisficing. In parting, I would like to give some words of what might be encouragement, but maybe won't be. Because in the future, we will still feel fear. We will still feel shame. We will still feel pain, and we will still cry tears. Like I said, maybe not encouraging, but these are all part of exploring. They are all part of learning. Exploration and learning are valuable enough to satisfy us. Thank you.